You've been puzzled by so many changes in your body and you are trying to find out to know what exactly could be done or what are the causes of this. In this video, I would be sharing some and answers to some questions as related to blood pressure. You're welcome to this channel. We actually share content that helps in health promotion and disease prevention. Of course, we know prevention is better than cure. So straight ahead, I'll be going to some questions as I go along. First, why is my BP? BP here means blood pressure. Why is my blood pressure always high when I'm stressed or rushing? Does it mean I have hypertension? No, it does not mean so. Hypertension cannot be just pinned on because my BP went high at certain moments and this and that. No, it's not so. It is before someone is said to be hypertensive, most times even at rest the blood pressure is still high. So yes, stress can trigger hormones to like cause the blood pressure to go high, but stress alone cannot make it labeled as someone, because sometimes after you stop the stressful activity and take some rest, it goes back to normal. So that's it. Then the next question is, why does my BP go up at the hospital but I look normal at home? Which one should I believe? So you're asking, which one should you believe? I go to the hospital and it's high, it shoots up very high, but I come back home and it is normal. So which one should you believe? Okay, now for you to the question about which one should you believe, first of all I want to point out that this whatever is happening that causes these differences is what they refer to as white coat syndrome. I don't know if you've heard about that. So white coat syndrome is just like a kind of changes that happen occurs in a person when the person is in an environment where, in the hospital you see a lot of people wearing white, the nurses are in white, some hospitals, then the doctors wear this white lab coat. So that white environment, and you become anxious. What would they discover now? Some people, once they step into the hospital, they start having this symptom of fear. Oh God, how did I get here? What would they discover today? This one, that one, that one. So that's white coat syndrome. And over time, so for which one to believe, you will check at home at different periods at home over time, since that one is usually normal. You check over time and then that would be it. If over time it is within the normal range, then you are not hypertensive. You don't need to believe that one of the hospital just because of anxiety. Then the next one is, can lack of sleep really raise my blood pressure? Yes, lack of sleep would raise your blood pressure, because when you are not sleeping, it's your body is still awake, your brain functioning is still awake, your nerves are active, everything is still ongoing, as if so it's just like a machine that has no break. Over time it will break down. So definitely poor sleep would keep the nervous system very active, and they will make the blood vessels very tight. And when your blood vessel is tight, it increases the blood pressure. So that's why some people, when I check them, like maybe I go on outreach and I check and the values are high, they'll just tell me, I went for a vigil, I didn't sleep last night. So just that, not sleeping in just one night, it has shoot up like that, so very high. So yes, lack of sleep can affect your readings. The next question is it true that I feel fine, my high blood pressure is not dangerous? No. Some people kind of they go around with very high readings, and that's why they said hypertension is a silent killer. You just see somebody slump. Sometimes it may not be that there are no signs completely. Those are some people are not really keen to certain changes, so they just wave it aside, they ignore it. I beg, you don't have time for that one. So on. But definitely the body will show some slight signs, But that you feel okay, that is, you can get up your feet and move around, and you know your blood pressure is high, like you checked is high, does not mean all is okay. Oh. It's necessary you see a doctor and then let them check you further. Remember, prevention is better than cure. So you getting right health care help will help save a lot. A lot of people have this cardiac arrest and so on, and they just fall off suddenly. It's not that moment it started, it's a crippling effect that if it was managed, it would have not led to that. So that's what I would be pointing on today. So I've done question 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm question 5. Can someone in their 20s or 30s have high blood pressure? One of my live stream, I emphasized that the reasons why children's blood pressure are not really monitored is because it's assumed that their heart is still fresh and pumping, unlike the elderly. And hypertension cases have been coming up as people get older. But then there are certain factors, like I mentioned in that live stream, that can cause high blood pressure. And in it, one of it is genetics. If you have it in your history, maybe someone in your house suffered high blood pressure, then it can be a challenge too. So that's when you see people coming down at a younger age with it, because already it's in their history. But most importantly is their lifestyle. Some people don't maintain preventive lifestyle, and today I'm here to encourage you to maintain a preventive lifestyle. Of course, for you to be able to go about your day to day on this planet, you need to be alive. Health is truly wealth. So please, in that live stream, I emphasize that some people eat a lot of high salt diets, they go through stress unmanaged. Please, that hustle, if you are not, the truth is, if you too overburden yourself with stress, even if you are away, that thing that you if you can't meet up, definitely somebody will fit in that your position. You are not indispensable. So I would advise to manage stress as much as we can. And then maybe sedentary lifestyle, they are based. So many lifestyle issues can make it start very early at a young age. So it's possible, yes, in your 20s, 30s to start experiencing high blood pressure. But then it is very reversible if you catch it early, like you notice it. That's why I encourage that we should have a routine of, even if you're not hypertensive, get your BP machine and then check your blood pressure to know what the reading is, and keep keep a watch on it at least once a month. If you are too busy and you're not so free, at least once a month. If you have a digital fig manometer in your house, just check it in a few minutes and then you are done. Then the sixth is, I am slim, why do I still have high blood pressure? Now some people feel it's only the obese people, fat, that um have high blood pressure, but that is not all, that's not in total. So like I said, obesity can actually be a risk factor for high blood pressure, but the most thing that we must take into consideration is that it is not the only risk factor. We can also contact, you know high blood pressure can start from lifestyles, like sedentary lifestyle is there, or how your diet, the way you eat, what you eat. And then so the certain other challenges, like genetics, like I said, if it's in your history. So that is one of it that can affect it. So that you're slim does not mean, I've seen a slim woman with very high blood pressure. So many other factors could have led to that very high blood pressure. Okay, I'm in question number 7. How accurate are my home BP machines? Am I wasting my money? Yeah, these questions are good to ask so that you can tell. Now, there have been factors that can affect the home blood pressure machine, especially the digital one. Okay, so this digital fig manometer, this one I'm showing you, it is powered by battery. You can slot in 4 batteries in it, and then it is also powered by electricity, as you see this USB port here. Okay, so now when you talk of reliability of the results you get from this, now it's dependent on several factors. Now, if I'm to use batteries, like in my country, some batteries are of poor quality. Some of them you can't use them more than once. The second time you're using it, the reading you're getting will be affected. So if the batteries are not of good quality, and and maybe brand new, definitely when you press to read, it will give you false reading. But then, not to fear, I like, if I want to use this machine to check, most times I prefer using the electricity source. As long as it's light, at least the power supply will be just equivalent to the volt needed than this battery source. The battery source usually is not very reliable. So you're not wasting your money using this. If you have something like this that can serve 2 ways, I would advise you use the electricity source to check. You won't get a shock from it. It's not possible to get, except there are other factors, but I use the electricity one very much, and it works perfectly and gives me the reading. Yeah. So, but then when you get a very abnormally high reading and you feel dissatisfied, of course we can naturally feel dissatisfied. This one, you can just walk up to a healthcare center and request a health professional there to check again. Most of them around my location use um the analog one, that one that they will need a stethoscope to listen to it. So the person checking it and confirming it for you can help alleviate your fear or help you know where you are concerning. So there's no fears about it, but it's not a waste of money. This one helps you at home, at your convenience. Just check what the reading is. It can even help you when you are feeling somehow and you need to complain to the doctor. He tells you, okay, please just quickly check, and you check. You now have what to tell him. He will now use it as a baseline to know what to advise you to do concerning your health. So it's still reliable. It's still reliable. I encourage every one of us to get to it. So this is part one of questions, as congruent questions as related to blood pressure. I will create other parts and answer more questions. And then if you have more questions on this, please don't hesitate to drop in the comment box, and I'll respond to it as much as I know to respond to it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching through to this point. Please like this video, share it to your friends, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. As you do, it encourages me to create more. Thank you so much.